Snaps to the Rockets for the love of the chopsticks. Right up from the plug and I pop shit. Faced with immeasurable odds. Some of you niggas found pleasure in God. Measuring rod, they treasure their jobs. Athletic build, moving with purpose. Packed in a magnetic fields, moving with serpents. Took my brokers a stroker. Al Roker couldn't predict the storms that followed, the porn that followed. Same a tree that formed for Rollo. We made it rain and we burnt muddy. Bentley truck, interior burnt honey. Anyway, I take respect over riches any day. I take neck from your bitches any day. Penny weight, that's a neck full of riches any straight. Shifting through paradigms, the color of Geechee Dan. Drifting through the Carolines, color in the Geechee land. Time will tell. We move around the 33rd parallels, like Coney Island carousels. Fell asleep in Roswell, woke up in Cozumel. Pyramid hopping, chariot shopping. #1 seller, author of conscious fiction. Composition, confidence dripping. Continent drifting, a walking contradiction with a contradiction. Brooms and mops, Mr. Clean, we conquered the kitchen. Facts and fiction, contrary to popular predictions. Red pill, popping your prescriptions, stopping your addictions. Yeah, bitch, I'm with the hoes. Black magic, yeah, bitch, I'm with the souls. Anything goes, cooking in Brooklyn. Cocaine to push, new strains of the kush. We call that Hussein in the bush. We from distant lands. Our DNA, different strands, different strains. Same planet, but different planes. Citizen Kane, Rosebud, they wanna get us in chains. Rosewood, the safety, stay on position. Chaos position. Never took the day off the kitchens, way off we pitching. These bitches out here fighting for fashion over, crashing rovers, casting over 3 times, pre-crimes, Versace from your heyday, on layaway like Takashi and Treyway, hopping with the AK, the war is on double consciousness, the devil's competence and accomplishments, when rhetoric turns into reason, then predicates turn into heathens, and the wolves in Connecticut is seasoned. Soon after, disease would follow. I'm the same nigga that the D's would follow. Marlowe, my fam goon moving trees like Rollo. Before they seized the Gallardo, went from Pablo, hopping out Diablos. Designer robes, dark side of the moon like the China probes. Believe it or not, my mind is on Wrigley's. Believe it or not, my mind on the big leagues. Ice Cube with the big 3, vine in the fig tree. Man on the big B's, moving back in time like the Frisbees.
Peace, peace, peace. Peace to you and yours. Peace to you and yours. You already know, alright? Peace to the family.
Life. I'm in tune with the moon and the night. I'm consuming the light. They assume that I'm Christ. As I view with the soothsayer sight, you will lose if you're using it right. Reality's an illusion of life, and I'm choosing a ride on a musical flight.
Shout out to Cambada, the GOAT. You know what I'm talking about? The old Jizzle. I just heard some new stuff from my good brother over the weekend. I'm here to report that the game is officially in a body bag before the crime even happens. You know what I'm talking about? I'm putting you on to a murder that's about to take place in the industry when Holy Ghost Part 2 drops this summer. Shout out to Brother Rich, Black Magic 363, Cambada. I believe we'll be in the building doing a live stream with Brother Rich tomorrow, so look out for that. Welcome to another episode of Melanin Monday. This is episode number 66 Let's add another 6 to that. And we're early today. I figured why not get this thing started out early, because I have to respect the brothers and sisters who are working, who are parents, and who actually are trying to go to sleep, or who might be out there, they got things to do late at night. You know what I'm talking about? Some of y'all be on y'all late night Avenger shit. You know what I mean? Niggas get dressed up like Power Rangers and go and fight crime. So we're gonna have an early show tonight. We started early. So let's do this roll call. I shouldn't even be talking until I do the roll call. Winnebago or Wingapo. I don't even know where that's at, but shout out to you. Let's do the roll call. Okay. All right. Tucson, Arizona is in the building. Newark, New Jersey is in the building. Empress B444, VA by way of PA is in the building. Cali is in the building. You know what I'm talking about? What's up, Cali? PA, Yadon is in the building. All right. Compass Circle, that's Virginia in the building. Okay. All right. Philly is in the building. I don't want to miss nobody. Long Island is in the building. Shout out to Long Island. Eastern Virginia, DMV is in the building. Australia is in the building. We global now. Talk black to me. Shreveport is in the building. Seaport is in the building. Toronto is in the building. LA, Boston is in the building. What's that? Blue Hill, Phoenix, Arizona, West Hollywood, California, Charlotte. Yeah, Charlotte. NC, moving through the Carolinas. Chicago's in the building. Chi-Town, Miami's in the building. Oakland is in the building. Yeah. Blue Pill on Blue Hill. Yeah, he got bars for that. Nashville is in the building. Tampa Bay. Shout out to Derek Grace out in Tampa. All right. Leesburg, Virginia. Virginia's for lovers. San Antonio, Texas. St. Lou. The Lou is in the building. 305. Making what? Money is a major issue. Dade County. Talk black to me. You know what I'm talking about? 305. Harlem 125 is in the building. Welcome home. Yeah, I feel at home. Harlem is in the building. All right. 404 ATL. I will see you this weekend. Brother Blue Pill, Brother Red Pill presents The Universe is Conjuring, featuring A.A. Rashid, featuring Ra Aku, the Cosmo Physician, featuring Aquarius Maximus in Atlanta at Wadada, June 30th. Red Pill and Blue Pill will be in the building. Lynchburg, Virginia. Salute. DMV. Salute. 757 VA. Salute. When we'll be hitting B-More? Sometime in the summer. I don't have the date, but I spoke to the promoter, and they're working on it. West End is in, yeah, we're gonna be in the West. No, yeah, we're gonna be in the West End. Ralph David Abernathy at Wadada. It's a spot called Wadada. It's owned by a black woman, a Moorish woman. Shout out to everybody at Wadada, the whole family there. And shout out to everyone who's gonna be in Atlanta this weekend. KTL and the ATL. We will be in the building. That's a fact. We will be pulling up. All right. So let's get this show started. Let's talk. Let's build. First and foremost, Milwaukee in the building. What's happening? Okay. When will we be in Norfolk again? We're also working on that date as well. I will keep you informed. Shout out to the House of Consciousness. Hopefully, it's but so many days or so many weekends in the summer. but we're trying to make it to House of Consciousness as an anniversary. We were there last year in August, so we want to pull up a year later and do Rough Buffers in the building, Buffalo. Shout out to Benny the Butcher. I fucks with Benny the Butcher. That's the artists that I'm listening to. He represents Marcy, Brooklyn, but he also out there trapping in Buffalo, Humboldt County, California, Statesville, California. I never heard of Statesville. Yes, register the Red Pills Patreon. That's a factory. I appreciate that. Y'all sign up to this Patreon. I don't know how long we gonna be on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound like I don't like spreading bad news and things of that nature, and I don't want to sound like I'm nervous, cause I'm not. But YouTube is acting crazy. They purging channels. They're purging channels. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the plugs I met. I like that Benny Butcher kid. Of course, I don't sell cocaine, but I apply it to selling clothes and shit like that, and electronics and moringa, things like that. You just gotta flip it around and make it apply to what you do. Yeah, they took Serious Times and Taos TV. That's what I heard. I wasn't really familiar with those channels. There's a lot of channels out there. I wasn't familiar with them. Yeah, somebody said that they're purging Bobby Hemmett videos. I was informed of that yesterday during my live stream, and then afterwards, me and a few other people went on YouTube to go and search, and we saw that there's still Bobby Hemmett videos out there, but I've been told that they're purging YouTube of Bobby Hemmett videos. So this is a little bit of homework for the initiates that are out there. Shout out to the initiates. Shout out to the students. Shout out to the neophytes. Shout out to the adepts. This right here, this shit right here. Hold on. Let me eject it first. I'm gonna show you something. Right? This is 4 terabytes. This little thing right here. This is a hard drive, right? Who makes this? WD, right? WD. W is in water and D is in Derek. This is 4 terabytes. You know what I'm saying? This is it could fit in your pocket. And this is 4 terabytes, right? This costs $100 on Amazon, right? When you get it, you gotta format it and everything, because I have a Macintosh computers. And then, yeah, you can have 1 terabyte. You can have 3 terabyte. This is 4. The only thing that you gotta do when you get off of this show, and like I said, this is for the adepts. This is for the, shout out to H-Town. This is for the neophytes, meaning the students that are out there. We need you to start downloading all of the videos of your favorite teachers. Well, first and foremost, you should start out with the master teachers. You feel me? Start out with the master teachers. Bobby Hemmett. This is the trifecta for the metaphysical occult world. The trifecta is Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine, Dr. Blair. I don't want to hear about nothing else. I said metaphysics and occult. And I'm not taking away from anybody that's out there doing a 1-2 thing. But the goats, my nigga, the Billy Goats out here is Bobby Hemmett, Dr. Phil Valentine, and Delbert Blair. And there's nothing to even argue about. That shit is non-debatable. I said occult and metaphysics. Now when we get to health and wellness, Brother Panic is a student of Bobby Hemmett. Y'all don't listen. That's the problem. Niggas don't listen. Shout out to Brother Panic. What did I just say a minute ago? I said the trifecta. We deal with who comes before the niggas that you heard about. Yeah, Panic would be, there would be no Panic without Bobby Hemmett. Let's be clear. They gave love to John Singleton at the BT Awards. You didn't see that? Bobby Hemmett is Brother Panic's teacher. So you're gonna have me jump ahead of the fucking teacher and talk about the student? No. I said, let's start with the master teachers. Then we could start going to the students. That's all I said. I'm not negating anybody's work because everybody's work is important. Everyone's work is important. Everyone, it's almost like the teeth in your head. Well, I can't really speak about that because they done pulled a few of them out of my head, so they ain't that important anymore. But everything is connected. So the health and wellness goats, I'm talking about goats, the OGs who have bodies of work on the internet is Dr. Sabi, Dr. Africa, and who would be the trifecta of health and wellness? Let's just do it. We're doing categories. Health and wellness, though. We could do Kemet, the goats of the Kemetic. Okay, no, Dr. Jewel Prukra. See, KT is a student. We said the goats, the fathers, the master teachers, Layala Africa, Dr. Sabi. These are people who have videos on YouTube, right? And they're speaking about health, and they're speaking about science, and they're speaking about wellness, right? Iris Latham, right? Iris Latham. I don't know if he has a body of work, though. Bodies of work means more than about 20 videos on the tube. Yeah, Mama Pill, but she don't have a body of work on YouTube. She don't have nothing to worry about because she doesn't have her body of work on YouTube. I'm talking about the scholars who are, see, I don't think y'all understand what the conscious community is. Y'all got mixed up with the woke shit, and y'all be throwing all of these names in the pot, and some of these names are not the conscious community. They are not the conscious community. I don't think y'all know what the conscious community is and how that thing is structured. And I don't blame you because nobody really explained it to anybody. But there's a pantheon. You feel me? There's a hierarchy. There's a hierarchy. It's a pantheon. It's we're gonna have to put that together one day and share it with the family, how that shit works out. Because there's some teachers who we all know about, but they not considered part of the conscious community. They're not part of the metaphysical underground. They're not part of the dark matter think tank. Like Marcus Garvey and Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X and Noble Drew Ali, those are the fathers, those are the trifecta. Though we're living in their dreams. How about that? We're living in the trifecta's dreams. Marcus Garvey, Elijah Muhammad, and Noble Drew Ali. Every single person that you see in front of you, if they not an agent, they are underneath that umbrella. Dr. Sabi was in the Nation of Islam before there was a Dr. Sabi. So he automatically falls underneath. If there was a flow chart, he falls underneath the flow chart of Elijah Muhammad. Dr. Phil Valentine, he falls under the flow chart of a Noble Drew Ali. You dig what I'm saying? And that's how that pattern goes. So those are the complete OGs, right? When it comes to the Kemetic master teachers, the Kemetic Nile Valley civilization, of course, Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark, right? And, you know, Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark, you could go Asa Hillard, you could go Ivan Van Sertima, Ajra Kwesi, my bad, yes, Ajra Kwesi. That's your trifecta over there. Sheikh Anta Diop, okay? All right, Sheikh Anta Diop, Dr. Ben, Dr. Clark. That's that trifecta of the academia. Remember, they're not the conscious community. They're not the dark matter think tank. That's not what they are. They are academia. They are the scholars who came out of the colleges, the academia. They were authors, and they taught Dr. Phil Valentine. They taught the teachers who were on the dark matter think tank, but they were not part of that revolution of the underground teachers who were teaching in basements, teaching in their houses, teaching in things of that nature. That was the dark matter think tank, the metaphysical underground. So if I stay on this planet with y'all long enough, we'll be able, Barashango, Chancellor Williams, yeah, these names precede the second wave of what is known as the dark matter think tank and the underground, the metaphysical underground. The metaphysical underground and the dark matter think tank is the reason why we call what we call the conscious community, the conscious community. Yes, these teachers existed. They were teaching in the slave theater. Yes, Nefer Amen. He's a legend as well. He's part of that trilogy. He will be considered one of those master teachers as well. Taj Tariq Bey, C. Freeman L., Hakeem Bey on the Moorish side. You want to talk about the Moorish side? C. Freeman L., master teacher. Hakeem Bey, master teacher. Rosmariah Bey, master teacher. Dr. Yafa Bey, master teacher. Rosmariah Bey, master teacher. Sister Myra L., rest in peace, master teacher. Uriel Bey, master teacher. Asir the Duke of Tears, master teacher. C. Freeman L. is Bobby Hemmett's teacher, going all the way back into Atlanta during the Morehouse days. Alim L. Bey, yes, master teacher. That's on the metaphysical occult Moorish side, underneath the umbrella of Noble Drew Ali. Remember, there's a trifecta, there's a trinity that came about 100 years ago. You hear about Noble Drew Ali in 1919. You start to hear about Marcus Mosiah Garvey in 1920. You hear about Elijah Poole Bay around 1920s too. So we're in 2019 on the way to 2020. So we're talking a 100-year dynasty right now. Okay, talk black to me. We're talking a 100-year dynasty. Okay, so their teachings and what they stood for and the way that they penetrated black consciousness and the black intellect. So Father Allah, Clarence X, the nation of gods and earth, he falls underneath Elijah because he came out of the nation. Malcolm X, El Malik Shabazz, he comes out of the nation. The Black Panthers and what it is that they were doing, they fall under Marcus Mosiah Garvey and the RBG and things of that nature. Do you see what I'm talking about? Do you see the influence of those who come before us? But do you also see the importance of putting things in a category that they belong in so we're not all over the place? Because nobody was created out of nothing. Nobody just woke up smart. Everybody was studying somebody who came before them. Y'all throwing out names that I don't even know. I'm not saying nobody's name that I don't know. That's no disrespect to those people, but I know them niggas. And I'm not, I ain't gonna be repeating nobody's name that I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't there, you know what I mean? They wasn't shooting in the gym. Y'all be naming these new people on YouTube, and it's no disrespect to nobody on YouTube, but niggas on YouTube, the battle was already won when fucking YouTube came along. I want you to know that. There's nobody really that did nothing on YouTube that wasn't already done. News alert, my niggas. Even me. There's nobody on fucking YouTube that came along that did some shit that wasn't already done. There's really no new information. It's a lot of niggas remixing shit because they know how to pause the master teacher's video and write shit down and reinterpret it, and then they spit it to the neophytes, aka the freshmen who don't really know anything, or you're susceptible to anything that you hear. Then you like, oh, that nigga's mad deep. No, that nigga invented the remix. Okay, they're remixing old information. Didn't you know that? You wasn't aware of that? All right. Well, now you are. Now you are. I don't want to hear about the cookie cutter copy and paste scholars. Because they're not original like that, like that. You know what I'm saying? They original to you because you haven't heard the real. But when you start doing your research and you touch into these old books, you start cracking open these old books and you start getting into these lectures from the 90s and stuff like that, you be like, oh shit, I heard that before. Yeah, nigga. That nigga on Instagram with the 1 minute clips that be going crazy. Yeah, he's out here remixing shit. And that's nothing, that's no disrespect to anybody. But it's a lot of remixing going on. You know, it is what it is. You know? And of course, people are adding on, people are bringing their new spin to things. People are definitely, you know, but if they're not saying the names of their master teachers, if they're not paying homage to somebody who came before them and they are proselytizing like this is just them, oh no, niggas is cornballs to the highest order. You understand? They cornballs, you know, and they're charlatans. If they not paying homage, they are straight charlatans. Because what they'll try to do is burn the temple down. They'll be like, yo, I'm gonna burn the temple down because I don't want y'all ever going back into that temple. So they'll try to throw dirt on the name of the elders. They'll try to throw dirt on the name of the master teachers. They'll try to throw dirt on the name of people whose shoulders they're supposed to be standing on because they don't want you to look back into those teachers because you'll begin to realize, hold on, that nigga was saying what you saying, but even better. You don't get it? We're in this new wave that we're in. They don't respect the elders. This new generation has no respect whatsoever because a lot of them got issues, mommy and daddy issues. They just don't have respect for elders, you know? And it's a psychological disorder, you know? But we don't come from that day and age. We come from the day and age where you would get your head popped if you try to run around stealing bars and whatnot. Niggas wasn't having that. But it's the internet. It's the cyberspace. Motherfuckers is hiding out. You know what I'm saying? They don't have nobody to answer to because these niggas they in like Alaska. Like who's going to Alaska? You know what I'm saying? These niggas is they with Tekashi 6ix9ine somewhere. Like they're in safe houses doing videos. That's a fact. That's a fact. They not in these streets. They not on these concrete. They ain't in those concretes. You know that, right? These niggas is in the comfort of their group homes. That's a fact. They are not in these streets. You don't see them take selfies in the street. So be very mindful, be very wary, and practice the art of discernment when you start listening to a lot of Johnny come latelys as if these niggas are the second coming. You know what I'm talking about? That ain't it. And you gonna be wild goofy if you sign up to that peanut gallery and that goddamn circus. The circus show that these niggas is going town to town with. The Ringling and Barnum and Bailey show that these niggas be putting on. Cause it's a circus. Real niggas just laugh at that. It's a fucking, it's hilarious. It's a sideshow. It's a minstrel show. It's a minstrel show. That's a fact. So, the initial topic was, I highly suggest that if you have a hard drive, you go to Google and you put YouTube to MP4 in the search engine. YouTube to MP4. And there's going to be a whole bunch of sites that come up. You click one of them, you go ahead and copy the space. You go and copy the address bar on a YouTube video that you want, the link, and then you drop it in on the page with where you could download videos, and your ass starts downloading them. Fill up your hard drive, make a folder, metaphysics, occult, law, health, science, you know, all of that stuff. Economics, for the people that's talking about economics, you know, Moorish history, civics and heritage. You know, you got Sabir Bey, you got Alim Bey, you got Asir the Duke of Tears, you got what's the sister? Sister Roz, and she has RV Bey Publications, right? No, name it again. Go to Google and put YouTube 2TO MP4, meaning that you take a YouTube video and you turn it into an MP4. That's how you rip the videos off of YouTube, and then you download. There you go, YouTube to MP4, and then you download it into your hard drive or your download folder, right? That way, nobody can ever erase anything. It's yours now. That's the key. YouTube is just it's just holding the video. If they erase it, it's gone forever. If you download it, it's yours now. Then you could burn it to DVD if you wanted to, or you could put it on a jump drive or whatever you wanted to do to preserve it. But we need to have libraries of this. This is like a book burning taking place. So if we had the option to, if we knew that they were burning libraries and your library didn't get burnt yet, and somebody was like, yo, pull up in a U-Haul and just start dumping mad books in the U-Haul, and you was like, oh, I'm gonna get around to it, right? And you never do it, and then they burn down your library, you don't have nobody to blame but yourself. Because you knew that they were burning libraries. You were fully aware of the fact that libraries were being burnt. So go get your, I have this is 4 terabytes dedicated to all consciousness, right? I got another terabyte dedicated to Pinky and them. I'm just playing. But I got I got 4 terabytes dedicated to consciousness. No music, no ratchet movies, no buffoonery, all information. All information, so we don't get it confused. I don't want to mix mediums and whatnot. All information, all bars. And then the other one is just entertainment. I have another hard drive, and that's for entertainment. I plug that in when I want to unplug or I want to plug back into the matrix. But when I want to unplug from the matrix and visit Zion, and I'm not talking about that nigga on the Pelicans, then I plug in the 4 terabytes of higher knowledge. That's how I go to school. So there's been teachers that have died penniless. There has been teachers that have died blind from reading so much. There has been teachers who they died in empty houses because their wives and their children left them because they wouldn't get away from this community trying to teach them. It's horror stories out there. If you really want to sit down one day and listen to the campfire stories about the sacrifice of how this shit will pull you into a dark place, right? It will, if you can't control it. It's some people that lost their minds. How about that? How about that? Thank you, DJ Rel. You've been with us since the Avatar lecture at National Black Theater. That was a very long time ago. I appreciate you. You don't want to hear some of the horror stories that have come about as a result of the sacrifice that it takes to be conscious or to be a teacher. Because to be a student is one thing. To be a teacher takes sacrifice. You're not going to spend the kind of quality time with your family that you used to do. You may get so deep into the information that you may begin to look at your loved one differently. Like, damn, yo, she an alien. Fuck. Look at her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think she's a gray. You know what I mean? Like, shit like that. Some people have no breaks with this conscious shit. So, solitary was one of the traits that I began to develop as I got into this consciousness real deep. What does that mean? It meant that I didn't want to be bothered by nobody. You know what I'm saying? My son's mother used to be like, come to bed. And I'd be like, I'm in bed. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting on YouTube all fucking night. Like, she's getting up to go to work at 6 something. And I'm still on the computer diving in. This was like 07, 08. I'm in a matrix, mad deep. Yo, I'm silver surfing. I'm talking about I'm in a if this shit was the Atlantic Ocean, I'm 200 leagues under sea, my nigga. I'm in wormholes that nobody could pull me out of. She'd be like, yo, why don't you eat dinner anymore? I'm like, I don't know, because water and marijuana was like dinner. You know what I mean? I lost my appetite. I couldn't eat food anymore. I just wanted to eat information. Food information was fulfilling to me like food was. I lost weight and all of that. You know what I'm talking about? I didn't have an appetite for regular food no more. That's a fact. I had to get that shit back. I'm like, food? Because she wasn't cooking me quinoa and all of that. You know, she still had the diet. She still was on that diet. So, you know, I got Sabi playing in my, you know what I mean? I'm back on my vegan shit. I'm vegan verb and whatnot. You know what I mean? I'm smelling animals cooking in the kitchen. I'm getting offended. I'm like, how dare you? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? Like, you trying to feed me this? You're the Illuminati. You're trying to kill me. You know what I mean? I'm paranoid and shit. Destroyed my relationship. You know what I mean? Destroyed it. And then Polite was talking about polygamy around that time. So that was making shit real uncomfortable in the household. You feel me? She would come back from lectures and look at me like, you ain't on that shit, are you? And I'm like, yeah, I think I am. That was causing big problems. But it's a lot of sacrifice. You know what I mean? It's a lot of sacrifice that goes into this thing. You have no idea. You have no idea. I'm dead ass. I didn't realize what this was doing to my surroundings because I had blinders on, because I was so enthralled and I was so pulled in and I was so infatuated. To be honest with you, it wasn't even YouTube at that point. It was DVDs. Nigga, I had this shit. This was filled up. You see the DVDs? I had like 8 of these. And all of them was lectures, bro. Filled to the brim. Mad lectures. Cause I'm on 2/5 with Sarnetta. He's throwing DVDs to me. I'm buying shit. I'm bartering. I'm swapping DVDs out. Like the shit is like we trading on NASDAQ. I'm trading shit like stocks. So I got libraries upon I have books of DVDs. So the average DVD is 2 hours. And before YouTube was popping, because when YouTube first came out, the limit was 15 minutes. Excuse me. The limit was 15 minutes. So you wasn't really getting that much off of YouTube in the beginning. So you had to go to the DVDs. Those was 2 hours. And if you had a double DVD, like if Phil Valentine or one of them dropped something, 4 hours. 4 hours. And for those who have the DVDs, go and do your research on the internet on how to digitize that and put that in your hard drive. You have to have a backup of a backup. If you have a safe, put that shit next to the kilo. You know what I'm saying? Put your DVD collection inside of a safe next to all of your important documents and the Padico, because that shit, that is valuable. That is valuable. That is valuable for real. I'm dead ass. So I just spent mad hours. And then when you watch the DVDs, Bobby Hemmett is giving you a list of 100 books. So now I'm buying hundreds of books. So the bookshelf is overflowing with books. So then after the DVD, I got a list of books that they telling me that they referencing, and they like, yo, you gotta read this book, you gotta read that book, you gotta get into this chapter. So I got books open. It just looked like I was losing my mind. And the people who love me was feeling like something is changing, because they like, I didn't meet you like this. You know what I'm saying? What's all of this? What is this? You in a monastery, my nigga? You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to, you're not getting fly like that. You don't want to, you're not into the designer. You don't want to go out. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to indulge in, in nigga activities. And I was like, nah, I can't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? I'm a changed man. You feel me? I'm a changed man. And everybody's not built to change with you at the time that you're changing. That's a fact. At the times that because people come around. Some people will come around later on in life when this shit becomes popular, and when it becomes accepted, and when it becomes mainstream, and when Charlemagne the God and them on the Breakfast Club start talking, they start hijacking niggas' bars, and they start regurgitating and repeating stuff. And when Vlad is, and he's out here clickbaiting, bringing on consciousness, then it becomes mainstream. But it wasn't like that in 2006, and 2005, and 2004, and 2003. It wasn't like that. This shit was underground. And it was frowned upon by anybody who wasn't on the frequency. So I was losing friends, loved ones. Niggas was like, the twins got weird on us. Niggas was clowning us in the hood sometimes. You know what I mean? I had the bracelets. It was like, the nigga got signed to Wonder Woman Records. It was a lot. We did this shit so you don't have to do it. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? We carried the cross so you don't have to. It's a lot of arrogant niggas that pop up these days and get all woke and conscious. You niggas don't know what this shit was. You don't know what it took to get here. Niggas be arrogant, bro. They be acting like this shit is you know what I mean? Like, nigga, we made this shit what it was so you niggas could do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? So you niggas could be woke and your melanin could pop. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't always like this. Because where were you in 2003? Knuckle dragging. Right? Knuckle dragging. You know what I'm saying? Touching your toes and your ankles. Niggas was completely lost in 03 and 4 when GGGG Unit was popping, and 50 Cent during the BMF era and all of that. Niggas was lost. They were trying to be coke dealers. You know what I'm saying? Let's be clear. Niggas was trying to get bricks and birds. They were trying to mimic Big Meech. Remember those days you niggas wanted to be snowmen? I was there. I was right there witnessing it all. So I know. You had no inkling whatsoever that you would be chewing on celery, sipping on a fucking moringa shake, talking about Hotep Namaste years later down the line. You know what I mean? While your shorty's putting patchouli oil in your locks. You didn't know that. You thought you was gonna be signed to YMCMB. You know what I'm saying? You niggas thought they was gonna be signed to YMCMB. You didn't know you was gonna be here. But you're here now. You are here now. And you're benefiting off of it. it looks good on you. I promise you, there's nothing more beautiful. There's nothing more fly. There's nothing more drippier than some conscious people who got their shit together. That's a fact. Like, show me another group of people. You niggas saw the BT Awards. Show me another group of people. Show me another avenue that our people are walking down where we look like this. Even the knuckle draggers is trying to walk down this narrow path, talking about they woke and they melanin is popping, and you know what I mean, and all of this other stuff. Where do you think that came from? Go and listen to the mixtapes. Go and do your research, my niggas. It's still out there. You could go on World Star and rewind it all the way back to like '08, '07. They wasn't on this wave. Niggas wasn't talking like this. They wasn't about this life. They wasn't as beautiful as we are now. How about that? So we beautiful right now. We're shining. We shining so much that we making the recessives nervous. We shining so much. Not just our melanin, our pineals, our auras are glowing collectively so much. And they don't even gotta see us in the flesh. They looking at niggas through the internet and getting nervous. You gotta understand, the recessives, aka you know who I'm talking about, they don't go to sleep comfortably knowing that we waking up. And this ain't some Obama shit either. This is something totally different. Because even during the Obama era, they was comfortable. Like, all right, we got these niggas. They asleep. They asleep. And then boom, after 2012, they like, what's going on with these niggas? They start reading all of the data. Because remember, big data, when they go to Facebook, when they buy all of the data from Facebook, when they buy all of the data from Twitter, Black Twitter, they buy all of that data. So they're reading all of your tweets, and they're reading all of your messages, and they're reading all of your status updates, and they're looking at your pictures, because that's what's being sold to the highest bidders who buy data. And the data is being sold because Facebook is $1 trillion company right now. So somebody's making a purchase. It's called metadata. So when they combed through the metadata, they saw a spike in consciousness that was in alignment with what they were researching. The archaeologists and things of that nature, they were researching this age and this era and this epoch. They took the temperature of our race and they found out that niggas is rising. That's a fact. You want to see the article? It's in the lecture that I did entitled, it was The Fear of a Black Amor Messiah. I think it was Hitler 2.0 when I was talking about Trump. And I showed in that lecture that the Army put out a manual, the U.S. Army and the think tank that worked with them. They put out a manual and they said the biggest threat, bar none, to U.S. security is the fact that niggas within the borders are waking up. That's what it said. It said we cannot stop it. We don't know what's going to happen. But they said the fact that the people inside of the border, not white people, they were not talking about their own. They said the fact that these niggas were waking up, it shook them to their core, because they said that the values and everything of what they call the Americana was beginning to erode, meaning that the spell is wearing off. You think they care? You think Iran is the #1 care in their you think that's what they really care about? Motherfuckers is hundreds of thousands of years, thousands of miles away, who cannot get into the USA without a goddamn visa. You think they really worried about that, fam? Like, really, ask yourself. That's a distraction. The same way that Phil Valentine taught us in a lecture called Death March 2020. That was the breakdown of the Katrina catastrophe, where he revealed that Blackwater, through Eric Prince and other paramilitary private organizations, was out there hitting niggas with dome shots. And then it came out later on with through Cynthia McKinney and whatnot. It was in that lecture, and I remembered that shit. It woke me up when I heard it. It made a light go off in my head. He broke it down and he explained that all of that shit that they doing in the Middle East is a distraction. He said the war on terror is the war on terra firma. It's not, there's no terror in the Middle East. He said the war on terror is the war on terra firma. And the fact that they over there having a crusades against the Muslims or the Muslims, that means they at war with you niggas, because the war, the reason why your ass is at ADOS and the reason why your ass got put in change was because of the fucking papal bulls that the Pope and the Catholic Church signed by way of King Ferdinand, Queen Isabella coming out of Spain. So it was a goddamn church-sanctioned genocide and a Holocaust on our people. A papal bull. Go and do the research. Go and do the research on the Battle of Alhambra in 1491, where Christopher Columbus was in attendance and the Moors fell at that battle. And then look at what happened right after that with them conquering the Americas. It's North America, South America, Central America, and all of the coast of Africa. Gold Coast, Pepper Coast, Ivory Coast, and that was all sanctioned by the same churches that you niggas get on your knees and you sit on Caesar Bourgeois' lap every goddamn Sunday and you give him all of your goddamn power. That guy, that part. You know what I'm saying? That part. That's where it started. That's what this is. It is this is a multi-century conflict. It's not going anywhere, and it hasn't gone anywhere. So what Phil Valentine, Dr. Phil Valentine was explaining, he said the war's coming home. Don't get fooled by what they showing you over there. It's called bait and switch. It's a distraction. And sure enough, in 2012, the same year that they projected was the end of the world, they killed Trayvon Martin in February in a very well planned out ritual, and they've been knocking niggas' heads off ever since. They've been carrying out what is known as a soft war against melanin, against the black phallus, understand? Against the black the black Muslim, against the Moorish principle and the Mobite. Same thing that they've been doing. They just reintroduced the shit in a modern day term, and that's where we at. And here we are in the Jubilee year, trying to figure shit out, waiting for a check. Just praying to Jesus again. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Batala. Oh, Allah. Oh, Regis Philbin. I want to be a millionaire. I hope they cut the check. I'm not going to do nothing but wait for a Twitter update to hope this shit changes. You know what I mean? I'm just going to hope that they change their minds and cut us the check. You know, that's where we at. But there's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. Niggas don't want to talk about that smoke. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has tangibles for that. Where's the answers for that? So this is where we at. But even with all of that, we split. Even with all of that, we still on point. Even all of that, we still playing flutes and twerking at the same time. Shout out to Lizzo. We still could play a flute and twerk at the same time. Even with all of that, we dressing up like women, like Tyler Perry. And he said that while niggas is waiting for a seat at the table, that he's building his own table, right? After sitting on mad laps, after all of these years, he has the chance to build his own table. You know what I'm talking about? Don't be fooled. Because that was a subliminal motherfucking curse that he put on young black men. Put on a dress, and then you could build your own table. Nigga, you don't have an ass to sit at that table with after giving it up to these Europeans to even build a table. So stop playing with us. The hell is you talking about? And what I did appreciate, what I did appreciate, and what I did walk away from Tyler Perry's speech is he explained the trauma. He explained the mentality behind a cross dresser. He explained the trauma that has created the cross dresser. What did he say? He said that after his father was beating up his mother, right? He did not want to be the male principal, right? He abhorred the male principal, so he put a dress on. Is that what he said? Or nah? He gave us a glimpse into toxic masculinity. He gave us a glimpse into trauma. He gave us a glimpse into the hurt and the pain that young black men are going through because of what they went through. Right? That's what he did yesterday on BET. If you didn't see the awards, you know, you could go and check out a clip. You don't got to watch the BET Awards. No, you don't have to watch the awards. Go and watch clips of the awards. You don't have to watch the awards because, you know, and there's nothing to take away from the awards, but if that's not what you do, you don't got to necessarily watch that. You could just watch clips. But he said that he has a film studio on, you know, what's that? Fort, what is that in Atlanta? Right there on Lee Street. Is it Fort McPherson? And he turned Fort McPherson right there in the West End to his film studio. So he said Fort McPherson used to be a Confederate Army base where they were plotting on keeping millions of our people enslaved. And now one Negro owns that. You know what I'm saying? And one Negro owns that. And I found that to be honorable. You know, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. But what I walked away from and what I zeroed in on was he explained the breakdown of what many of our men, what many of our quote unquote young men, right, have went through. Many of our women as well, because he said that his mother would take him to go and play cards and whatnot, and he was around other black women who were strong. You know, the old grandmother prototype, right? The old archetype of Nana, right? That's not necessarily here anymore. Remember how Nana and them used to get down? Playing cards, smoking cigarettes, talking big shit, playing Millie Jackson records and whatnot, Richard Pryor. You know, they were a little explicit in their jokes, but I'm from the generation where you were to be seen and not heard. So we couldn't say anything. We couldn't even laugh. We just listened and we heard a lot of stuff. But if you said some shit, you could get your teeth knocked out. You could get jumped. Like, they might stomp you out. All of them. They put fucking heels on and give you the business. That's how the old folks was giving it up. They will whoop you out in front of police. And if you looked at the police like you needed his help, that nigga would probably whoop you out too. That's a fact. Big Mama would hit you with that motherfucking switch. So he was picking up on these older women in their wit, right? And we love Nana. And we know that Nana's wit, and we know when Nanas get together, I don't give a damn what the fuck is being talked about. They could be talking about chicken feet, my nigga. It's the illest conversation that you've ever heard. They're gonna season the conversation the same way that they seasoned the chicken feet and made that shit taste gourmet. Okay? So he was privy to be a fly on the wall and to soak up all of this beautiful, feminine, divine feminine energy, the divine feminine attributes, the divine feminine. I smile when I speak about it because my grandmother isn't with us anymore. She wasn't necessarily like that in that sense. She wasn't, you know, a big mama type, but she had her traits of Nana, and it's something that she's on my altar. She is in my heart. Like, I love her to death, and I wish she was still here with us. And I've known other people's nanas and other people's grandmothers, and I love them like they're my own. And they are the backbone to the black family. Let's be clear. Let's be clear. So I understand why Medea was able to do what she did and why Medea was able to take Tyler Perry into the place where Tyler Perry is. So if you got Nana in your life, family, take it from somebody who doesn't have Nana anymore. She might be Christian as hell. Tell her amen and hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? Hallelujah. You know what I mean? If she want to do the dance, you do the dance with her. You understand? Don't break her heart. You know what I mean? Don't break her heart. You know, you're not gonna make her conscious at 89. You know what I'm saying? She's not gonna change at 89. Like, let her rock. Make her happy, because what it is that's gonna keep her on this planet with you is, at this point, is going to be a light heart. So you don't want to make her heart heavy by acting mad weird around her. You understand? You are of a different generation. You are operating and you are being quote unquote uh manipulated by energies, celestial energies that don't speak to her. Her antennas are not picking up the signals that are being sent that you're picking up, because of the fact that you are of a different time and a different age. So to try to conform her to your modern thinking and whatnot, it's not going to work the way that you may think that it's going to work. Now, keep in mind, we have a lot of nanas and we have a lot of elders that have drifted into consciousness and they've adapted to it and they wear it well like a dashiki. But for those who don't resonate with the message and the frequency, let's not condemn them. Let's not make their hearts heavy, because you don't want to lose them because of the fact that you changed your name to Melanin Hotep Bay and whatnot, and you're denouncing white Christ and you tearing shit off the wall and whatnot, and then you telling her about Caesar Bourgeois and how she's wrong and she's evil, and then the pigs are gonna kill her, and you know, and pork and all of this stuff. Why don't you aim your weapon at somebody else? Because you could weaponize information and not even realize it. You understand? Because you might have got this shit pounded on you by one of these warrior scholars. So now you taking the information and you trying to pound it on people who's not, you know what I mean, who don't need to get pounded on. Some of our grandparents went through Jim Crow and they went through a lot of trauma. So their way of PTSD or their way of coping with all of that trauma is the quote unquote Christian church. You know what I'm talking about? It is the Christian church. I'm not telling y'all to become Christianized. And I'm not telling y'all to not speak your mind. And I'm not telling you to not live in your truth. Please live in your truth by any means. I'm not saying to cover up who you are. I'm not saying to tuck your motherfucking consciousness. I'm saying to be tactical with your approach. This is a sweet science. You know what I mean? You got to know who to hit and when to hit them. Maybe you could beat up on your parents, but Nana and them, let them do what they do. And you supposed to manifest the gems with consciousness supposed to be affording you. Whatever these gems are, whatever the richness, you might got your shea butter shit popping. Take the money that you getting from that popping ass shea butter and treat Nana to one of them goddamn church hats. You know the shit that look like Saturn with the rings around it? Yeah, get her a church hat or something. Get her some goddamn church shoes or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Get her a Birkin bag. Do something to tell her that she's appreciated, instead of goddamn trying to convert her into the Hotep society. It's not gonna happen. It is not gonna happen. We have to practice compassionate with people who don't know the truth, especially those who have endured terrorism. Now these new niggas could get washed. You know what I'm talking about? Put them on a spin cycle. But the ones who endured terrorism and they not necessarily on the, you know, they don't know what's going on, man. They you know, that shit is in their DNA at this point. You feel me? You know, whatever they into or whatever they like, you could like it. You don't gotta be of it. You feel me? But they deserve the best of you. So as long as you getting you together, then your parents and your grandparents, you know, even if they don't know that that's what's going on, you know in your hearts of hearts that you're getting your life together and you're getting your shit together and you're standing tall. And the people who you used to look up to, you could look down and be like, you so small in my visions now, Mr. European. You know what I mean? Mr. White Man, Mr. Charlie and whatnot. Because when Nana and them try to Christianize us, and when, you know, and when Nana and them try to Sunday school us, and when they try to basically, you know, effeminize us in a way, they were doing that to protect us. I don't necessarily agree with with that, but I understand survival tactics. You gotta understand, a lot of elderly people are still in survival mode. Okay, they still on defense, whether they admit it or not. Even if they weren't necessarily confronted with the evil, God damn it, they were surrounded by it. They were surrounded by it. So if they were surrounded by it, it affected them. And what I would love to do is to take them out of their fear and show them that there's nothing to be afraid of. I would definitely love to, you know, give them the truth before they leave this planet. I would love to do that. But the same way that you feed a baby, you don't feed a baby steak. You know, they say that God protects the elderly and the babies. So it's like Benjamin Button. An older person is almost childlike. They turn back into a baby. They wear diapers. They gotta look. I haven't eaten solid food since Wednesday, my nigga. They took 5 teeth out of my head, my wisdom teeth and the tooth that cracked on Wednesday. Nigga, my pillow looked like a tampon. You know what I'm saying? I lost a lot of blood, and I haven't eaten yet. So I feel like I'm elderly. I've been eating goddamn oatmeal and soup for all of these days. I had to get nursed back. You know what I mean? I had to get nursed back to health because I was down. So do I recommend getting them out? I don't know. You know, if they're giving you problems, then you need to take that shit out of your head. You know what I mean? You need to get them out. I fought it for mad years, but I had to get it done. And I'm good. I love soup too, but goddamn it, I like to eat food. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even eat anything. I'm almost good. Maybe tomorrow I could start, but I've been eating soup and oatmeal, bro. It's not a good feeling. And I'm on codeine some days. You know what I'm saying? Because I was in excruciating pain. So I would love to take the elders or the grandparents and unplug them from the matrix on some red pill shit. But when the student is ready, the teacher shall appear. I only will do that if they're ready for it. I'm not going to force it on them. That's what I mean. Because people will be like, what are you telling me, brother? It's my duty to wake them up before they make transition so they're not eating up by a pep or the crocodiles and whatnot, or so they don't go to a Christian heaven. Look, if you're crafty enough and if you're convincing enough and if they see you glowing up and if they see your life improve and if they see you, you know, if they see you leveling up, they're going to ask you questions. That's when you could begin to teach them. When the student is ready, then the teacher shall appear. There's no age limit to when you can teach. Look, they got little 6-month babies learning, like they asking questions with their eyes. You got 6-year-olds that could run circles around some of these older dudes in the community. That's a fact. Somebody said ibuprofen. Okay. You know, you know. Yes, clover oil, coconut oil, swishing with all of that. You know what I'm saying? Swishing with all of that. The pain is not what it was the first day. The pain is not what it was the first day. But when I left that dentist's office and they had me with the subscription or the prescription, bruh, I had to take that pain away. That pain was you know what I mean? Them stitches was starting to hurt. You know, they put me to sleep. You know what I'm saying? They put me under. I woke up like, yo, what happened? Where am I? You know what I'm saying? I was a little. I was like the nigga that got knocked out. You know what I'm saying? I was looking like Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what? Where? What's going on? What day is this? You know what I mean? You know, going to sleep. I didn't feel. I don't know what happened. You know, I had somebody there with me, so no crazy shit would have happened. But I was in mid conversation with the dentist, and then I last thing I know, I was talking, and then the next thing I know, they was waking me up saying, "All right, it's over," and I had gauze in my mouth. It was like a fucking towel in my mouth, and the gauze was all red. I went through a whole box of gauze, and every time I put it in my mouth, I would pull it out, and it would just be all red. And then when I laid down on my pillow was just all red. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I had to do it. Somebody, you know, shit. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said TMI. It's all right. Raw ginger. We got the raw ginger. You know what I'm saying? We got all that shit. But the teeth had to go. It's the wisdom. It's all the way in the back. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the lecture. Thank you for mentioning that. Okay, so yesterday I went and did a 5-hour lecture. I finally did American Gods. Everybody that came through, love and light. If you are on the stream right now and you were in the building, let them know how fire that shit was. We did 5.5 hours. It was a visual presentation. For the majority of the lecture, you don't even see me, you just hear me. And I'm going through the lecture, talking about it and everything. One of the things that happened though, I try to upload it to YouTube, and then I put it on my Patreon, and I got a copyright. They blocked it because what I did was I put footage of American Gods, the TV show, in the lecture. Right? There's a lot of footage from like American Gods, and there's some other things that I had, and it's copyright thing, so I'll never be able to put that on YouTube. So what I'm doing now is I'm offering it as a down. I have the file, the physical file. I'm gonna show you right now. If anybody wants to purchase the lecture, you could go ahead and send me a Cash App with your email. No, I'm not editing it. I'm not gonna edit it because it was important that you saw the video. You know what I mean? It's not that serious because I'm not putting it up on YouTube anyway. I'm just putting it on YouTube to be private. That's the lecture right there. 5 and something hours. Let me see. The shit was lit though. I promise you. This is gonna be the format that I'll be doing. I'm gonna be doing more of these live streams. I might do,
as you know,
one a month. You know what I'm saying?
the name of the lecture is entitled American Gods, the Hip Hopi Prophecies. Give me 1 second. Let me see something. Belief in the power of the new God, somebody else. But you running gods.
So these are just little
We've
clips of it.
been talking too long, right? Is if you just standing on your roof looking at the indigos and these children's had
We had a Q&A at the end.
March 21st, right? So on March 21st, when the comets whiz by, proceeds, and that's 3-2, and I'm not sure who that is, but
Yeah, so
a people is a people, and
that's the
everybody
lecture.
is everybody. So are we talking about everybody? Or are we talking about the people? Because we got to define who the people are. I don't even know who the people are.
Ha! That's the lecture right there, y'all. So if you want that,
Okay.
I already let you know what to do. I'll send you the email and the file. I'll send you an email with the file, and you could view it on your own time. You could do whatever you want to do with it. Just don't resell my shit. It's intellectual property. You know what I'm talking about? I got good lawyers, and they not Jewish. You know what I'm talking about? You know, them niggas will take everything from you. You know, let's be fair. But yeah, that's what it is. It's only $20. Okay, thank you, my new Patreon. Thank you, my new Patreon. It's only a dub, $19.99 if you get it right now. Okay, and it's 5 hours, and it's all full of information. And if you know me, if you know anything about me, especially when I got slides and whatnot, this is just me talking right now. But when I got slides, I'm a whole nother monster. So I gave it up. I went all the way in. And I loved it so much that, like I said, I'm definitely going to be utilizing that format of at least once a month, maybe 2 times a month. So for my Facts 2020 subscribers, the thousands of y'all, for my Patreons especially, right? And for some lucky people out there, you are in for some very powerful stuff. I'm going over old. I'm bringing back. I'm old lectures. You know what I mean? I'm revisiting old shit with some new updated stuff. You know what I mean? Because the format is effective. The format is very dope. You know what I mean? I like to talk, but I love to teach. I'm getting tired of talking. As you see, they had to take my fucking teeth out because I'm talking too much. I love to teach. Talking is cool, but teaching, I love. Dane Calloway is. I like that brother. You know what I mean? I haven't met him to say that I love that brother. I don't know him personally, but he's good. He's a good. His format and the way that he gives it up and teaches, it is the standard that I believe many people should be following. He set the bar. He definitely set the bar. You know what I'm saying? And he's done a good job of taking information that I was privy to over the years. And thank you, Najee Highs. You'll be getting that lecture after I get off of this stream. Okay? Yeah. A lot of people hate on them. So, what does that mean? What is hate? If somebody hates on somebody, it's not on the person that's getting hated on. It's on the person that's giving the hate. If you got hate in your heart, that says a lot about you. You understand? It's not the person that's getting hated on, because if somebody hates on me, guess who's going to sleep with that hate? Guess who's going to sleep with the hate? It ain't going to be me, because I got love around me. I'm going to make sure that I'm loved when I'm going to sleep. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be loved. Let's be clear. You know what I mean? I'm going to be loved. Love is around me. Love is surrounding me. So hate is not going to affect me. If you hateful, then you got a heavy heart and you're infatuated low key with the person that you hate, because there's a thin line between hate and love. Some of your greatest admirers can become some of your greatest haters. You understand? And that's a sick kind of, it's almost homoerotic, because in order to hate me, you got to be thinking about me a lot. You got to start stalking me. I told you before, my stalkers look like the female version of JJ Walker. Why do they hate me? You know what I'm saying? But they go to sleep with me in their brain. That's something weird to me. You know what I'm talking about? I don't be thinking about niggas like that. I'm thinking about, I'm thinking about something that I can't even say because children are watching. I'm not even thinking about no man. And if I got you on my mind like that, I'm gonna really, then that's gonna be a problem for you because, you know what I'm saying, I gotta get you off of my mind. And the only way to get you off of my mind is to get rid of you. So I don't like to put people in my mind like that because my mind is it's a dangerous place. You know what I mean? We start conjuring up all of these you don't want to be in inside of these dark crevices of my mind. So, you know, yeah, they look like JJ Walker, my stalkers. They look crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, why you stalking me? You know? What the fuck? What am I gonna do for you? So I don't know about that. If somebody's hating on that man, that don't got, yeah, my shooters are not from here. My shooters is from another dimension. You understand? My shooters is from a whole nother dimension. Like the niggas who I had over my years, like I have a rhyme where I say all my beef is dead from sheep's head. You know, that's my high school that I used to went to. Every single person that I had a problem to is dead. And I ain't have nothing to do with that. I didn't kill them, but they dead though. You understand? They're dead. That's on mama. Them niggas is not here. And it's not like one or two. It's different niggas. And they didn't even know each other. So obviously, there's some kind of spiritual federation working for me where I don't gotta do nothing. They're gonna fucking flatten your tires and you're gonna drive off of a cliff. So you wanna act right. You wanna act right. And that's why I'm very humble and I don't bother people. And I don't get into people's business and I stay in my lane. I stay in my lane because any problems is gonna turn into a body. That's a fact. So we don't want to get into that. You know? Somebody, all right. You might not look like JJ Walker and you might be a stalker, but you know, I'm just saying. But if you stalking, I'm talking about the stalkers who act like haters. There's levels to stalking. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the obsessive ones, the niggas who be like in Rihanna's laying down in her bushes and whatnot, waiting for her to come home. That type of shit. You know what I mean? The peeping Tom types. You know, no, that's some sickness. That's some sickness. So get your spiritual warfare fortified. Because I promise you, I said it before, physical war is it's on the last tier of warfare. Warfare starts on a higher realm. We are at war with higher principalities. You know what I'm talking about? It has not, when shit gets physical, that's the last level. That's residue. That's just that's the you know what I mean? Like, and I'm not gonna say anything else because I'm saying too much already. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying too much already. I've already said too much. So I might edit this shit out. You know? But I sleep comfortable at night. You know what I mean? I don't got hate in my heart for no. I don't even hate. I did a video with Rich. He should be putting it up tonight, and he asked me the same question. Oh, brother, people might assume the way that you go in on the Neanderthal and the Europeans and whatnot that you hate them. Hate who? What? Hate what? Nigga. Hate? How, bro? Hate gives you wrinkles, my nigga. Hate ages you, nigga. This is not from hate. This is love, my nigga. I was able to preserve myself because I got love in my heart. I had a child. You understand? And I got 2 of them. That helped me. What is you saying? Like, I don't, the love that I have for, not, when I say my people, I don't mean everybody. Let's be clear. I just was going through some shit today. I was walking down 125th Street. There's this enclave between Lexington and Park on 125th Street. And it's filled with homeless people and dope fiends and people with mental health issues. And that shit will test your humanity. You understand? Whenever the fuck I walk through there, and anybody who lives in Harlem or New York, you know what I'm talking about. Talk black to me. That shit will have you testing your humanity, because when you get off the train and you walk through all of these degenerates, by the time you get to fucking Park Avenue, you're gonna feel like Thanos. You're gonna feel like Thanos. You're gonna question humanity, whether all these niggas should live or not, because it's that bad. You know what I'm saying? It's that bad. It is. These are the lowest of the lowest rungs of society, and I be feeling like Thanos, bro. I be feeling when I walk past all that shit, I just feel like turning around and hitting them, because I got the rings, I got the stones. I be feeling like snapping my fingers, bro. I'm only missing one, and I be feeling like Thanos snapping them niggas and just cleaning the whole Harlem up of all of these fucking these low lifes. But I gotta have compassion. So then I catch myself and I say, you know what? These niggas could turn themselves around. You know, I can't be so cruel in my mind, because in my mind, I'm walking through there just giving niggas dome shots. Like, what's that movie? What's that TV show? Walking Dead. I'm just dome shotting them niggas. Like, they walking up to me. Like, and this is not regular homeless. Like, I have compassion for homeless people. Okay, I feed the homeless and I give them bread. This is a whole nother breed. These niggas came from underneath the subway. This is some other shit going on right here. These niggas have real, you could see the demon on them. You see the demon all in them. So I'm like, especially when I have my daughter with me, I'm like, yo, just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I be wanting to just clean them up. But then I have to check myself. You know, I really do. Because I guess that's not the way to do it. But when melanin is at its lowest rung, it's disgusting. We some beautiful people, but when we at our worst, god damn it, we could be beautifully fucking we could be beautifully ugly. So when I say my people, I'm not talking about everybody with melanin. Let's be clear. I ain't one of those people, nigga. This is not Hare Krishna. I'm not one of, worse than Skid Row, fam. They out there shooting up in broad daylight. And you got to remember the way that the New York City is foul, the way that they set it up. Metro North is right there. So Metro North services all of Connecticut and upstate New York. And then when the Metro North, when all of the Europeans and the white folk get off, they got to walk through all of that sickness and all of these degenerates to get on the train to go downtown to do what? Go to become, because most of them are lawyers, most of them are doctors, most of them are teachers. So all of these people are coming from outside of New York, right? They don't care about New Yorkers anyway because they're not from New York. Then what they see early in the morning is the worst of us. So they're taking that in their minds and in their hearts to go and do service to help destroy and to further put our people in a bad place. Because you're not going to walk through all of that sickness. People is, I mean, because the dope fiends come out early. You know that, right? And then right on the corner, there's a bus, a city bus that takes you to Ward Island. Ward Island is where all of the, it's where the asylum, the crazy asylum. So what New York City did is they empty out the asylums right there on 125th. When all of them get off the bus, they all congregating right there. The shit looks like The Walking Dead. I'm gonna take a video of it one day and show you niggas. I've been asking the Israelites if they could come down there and clean these niggas up, and nobody has answered me yet. I'm willing to pay them. I'm willing to bring them niggas lunch if they could go there with the motherfucking tassels and whatnot and chase these people away, because aesthetically, right? Aesthetically and socially, they are an eyesore. They're beyond an eyesore. That's not what we need to be showing the rest of the world. Our people, we don't need to be showing the world that. Them niggas need to be somewhere where they're not seen like that. Because it's detrimental to not just them, it's detrimental to our people. I don't even think the nation got it in them to clean them niggas up. They need niggas, the bear wrestlers. They need the Israelites to pull up. Because these some burly ass crazy niggas too. I don't think the nation got it. It's beyond peace, my brother, handing them a newspaper with the bean pie. You know what I mean? You know the double, how they hit you with the paper with the pie paper, or the pie and the paper. It went past that. It's smoke at this point. You know what I mean? It's not that. It's not. You know, the NOI and the FOI, they do their work. They good, but it's past that. It's time for Tazariak and them niggas. Yeah, it's the motherfucking tassels with the goddamn Harley Davidson boot action with the leathers and all of that. Yeah, they need that. They need that work. They need niggas with cornrows and Stars of Davids. They need that. Them niggas look like the front line. They look like the Chicago Bear front linesmen, the Israelites. They need that work. They need to be intimidated. Because they're on heroin. They on dope. They have a methadone clinic right there. And they have mental health situations. And they got a K2 epidemic. And they have male prostitution going on over there. It's all kind of shit. So they just need, you know what I mean? They need to be visited by some people who are very, you know, who gonna push them back. You know? So just cause you black, that don't mean that's not what I'm talking about when I say us. This is on, somebody said where that's at. On 125th between Lexington and Park Avenue. You probably could Google map the shit and them niggas will be right there. You know what I mean? It's a bad, you know what I mean? It is a bad depiction of Harlem. It looks like 1980s Harlem still. That's one of the few bastions of old Harlem. And not old Harlem, cultural Harlem. Old Harlem, diseased Harlem. Diseased Harlem. Niggas standing out there looking like the Elephant Man with them swollen arms and shit like that. It just looks disgusting. You know what I mean? It looks disgusting. It's not good for tourism. It's beyond zombie land. It's beyond zombie land. One day I might come upstairs and I promise you, there's gonna be a nigga eating another nigga's brains in broad daylight. That's how far they'll take it out there. And they look like they will eat you. Like if you ran and fell down, you turn around, one of them niggas will be chewing on your leg or something. Like, you gotta be careful out there. You gotta be careful. They need to clean that area up. You know? They need to clean that area up. Somebody said, bring the tassel brigade. That's a fact. You know what I'm saying? We need to have a draft, a Israelite draft, and draft a few of them niggas. Let me get round one. We gonna pick Tazariak and Zobak. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I don't know the rest of their names, but bring them all. You know what I'm saying? And don't bring the Bible. Let's just bring you know, let's just bring the bullhorns. You know? Because that gives the police, right? It gives the policy officers the right to police, and the right to harass, and the right to abuse, and the right to brutalize, and the right to terrorize. They're not bothering them. They pulling up on innocent people. You understand? They're abusing bystanders. That's what they're doing. But they use them as the impetus to even be around, because we don't need them to police us. But when they create environments like that, then they have like command centers. They got like the fucking trucks, the command center trucks all around there, right? That's all they do. They just use them as quotas all day. And that don't stop them from shooting up in public, smoking K2 in public, rolling up Mad Reggie. They're not rolling up no loud. They out there rolling up Reggie in public. You know what I mean? It's just disgusting. You know? It's just disgusting. It's horrific. The Netflix documentary about the dude that was building the UFOs, I didn't see that. I took a Netflix break for a minute. You know? Somebody said the stench. Oh, the stench. Whew. And especially, remember, we're in Harlem, where the exonerated five are from, the Central Park Five. So we got to be mindful of, you know, got to clear the streets. You know what I'm saying? Because they're already looking at us kind of crazy out there. Got to clear the streets. And that's far away from where we set up at. Like Lexington and where the Apollo is like 6, 7, 8 long blocks. Long ass New York blocks. So that's nowhere near that epicenter of consciousness. That's all the way on the east side. Because remember, Harlem is two sides. It's river to river. It's the Hudson River and it's the what's the other river? What is it? The Hudson River and the East River or something? Yeah, people under the stairs for real. It's the FDR, the Hudson, it's the Hudson River, and it's another river all the way on the other side. And then Lenox Avenue splits the east and the west. So it's really just like Harlem from river to river. I think it's like a 20-block radius. It's not that long. And then it's split in the middle by Lenox. So one sphere, East River, yeah, one sphere is West Harlem or West 125th, and then the other sphere makes it East 125th. So where we set up, we more so on West 125th by the Apollo. Yeah, the East River. We on west side. We on the west side. The shit that I'm talking about is all the way down by the east side towards like Hudson River, FDR. You know? Yeah. But yeah, that's cool. But thank you everybody who is snatching up the American Gods documentary. I appreciate y'all. Send me a review. If you could send me a video review, I will put that up. You could put it on my Instagram. Was what all is in that 5-hour lecture? Oh, you gotta watch the lecture to know that. You got what am I gonna do? Do the table of contents? No, you're gonna have to watch that. But believe me, it's worth every minute of it. Alright, this is what I'll do. No, I can't do that. Cause if I play it right now, I'm gonna get a copyright strike. So I'm trying to avoid that. And I want this video not to be blocked. I was gonna play the a quick time of the whole thing just to show you different slides. But you know, just have some trust in me. You know what I'm saying? It's good information. It's good information. You know what I mean? Come and get this information. And you see I'm being fair. I'm not giving y'all, I'm giving you Walmart prices. You know what I'm talking about? Giving you Walmart prices. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to redo the Fear of a Black Planet 2, the media manipulation of the melanated mind. I'm going to do that break. I'm going to do a live stream of that because I wasn't able to finish that in Houston, Texas with my good brother, Professor Griff, because there was so much information. I had to cut it short. So I'm going to give you that in a 4 to 5 hour lecture. But like I said, I'm getting my strength back. You know, I was able to pull that off yesterday. I did not eat for 5 hours. And, you know, like I said, I just been drinking soup and shit. So my energy, I'm not on 100%. You know what I'm saying? I'm not afraid to say it. If a nigga caught me the day I got my teeth taken out, who I had drama with, if a nigga rolled up on me, oh, I was finished. He would have beat me out of my clothes. I'd have looked like Cal Cohart. You know what I'm talking about? When the baby beat his ass. You know what I mean? I would have been looking like Cal Cohart. You know what I'm saying? Cause I didn't have no defense. I was done. I was done. Nigga would have whooped me out of my goddamn skinny jeans. Facts. I would have been looking crazy on Twitter. Niggas would have put me on Black Twitter like, we got him. We got the pill. You know what I'm saying? Got him. You know what I mean? Yes, you will get a updated. The evolution will be digitized. You will get that. That is a factory. And you will get an updated conscious community, a conscious industry. I'm going to give you a conscious industry and a facts 2020 and an evolution will be digitized. That is a fact. It's going to be a revised, updated edition. I dropped that in 2015. That's one of my best lectures ever. That is one of my best lectures ever, hands down, because everything came to pass. Everything came to pass. It was so prophetic. It was so on time. Do you know that Bitcoin is at $10,000? Me and my brother helped change some people's lives for the better. If you only would listen. That's all we ask the family to do. Not just listen, but trust. Trust is big. We live in an era now where there's a trust economy. If you trust us, if you trust our information and you move on it, you'll be a fucking beast. I know people who hopped on Bitcoin in 2015 and no lie, they millionaires right now. That's a fact. Did they send me a donation? No. I'm not asking for it. You understand? I'm in joy that they listened. That's it. My brother and them, KT, Blue Pill, they dropped the information about living healthy. I got nigga, there's gangs of niggas. It's healthy gangs out there that listen to us and got their shit together and now they on top. These niggas got belts and medals and all of that. That's a fact. You know what I mean? Just listen. If you listen and you move on it, and then you don't get distracted by Tupac hoax videos and all of that fuck shit that's on YouTube, and then you boss up, you will thank us later. Cause I'm not out here steering the family wrong. You could review my work, and my work will be up for review. You know what I mean? I need a peer review on the work anyway. Because that's what niggas be wanting to. They avoiding that. Because if they review the work, they're gonna see the wealth and the value in it. But if you really listen and you move on it, even if you follow my Instagram and I throw all of them gems out, for the people that's really serious and they act on that shit, they whole life change. They whole life change. They able to get their WCW on their line. Now the WCW is in their DM. How about that? How about a turn of events? You know? But I ain't gonna talk you to death because, you know, like I said, I got I gotta recover. I'm in recuperation. You know what I mean? I still gotta lay down and talk to myself for a few more days. And we'll be back for Third Eye Thursdays. We'll be in Atlanta for the Universe is Conspiring. Go on my page, go on Blue Pill's page. I'm gonna put it on the YouTube page so you can see that. You feel me? And yeah, yeah, it's all good. But I'm good though. I don't want to have nobody nervous. I'm good. I'm healthy. I'm good. Right? I'm good. It's just that, I haven't eaten food in mad long. So I got to get back in the gym. You know what I mean? I had my little 30-day challenge. That shit kind of slowed me down. You know what I mean? And I just got to get my equilibrium and everything. But I'm good, though. I'm very good. You know what I'm saying? But I know that I got, it's just, it's impossible to slow down because I got so much work to do. So much work to do. So I have to conserve the energy so when I put it out, it doesn't burn me out. All right. Somebody wants to know your Cash App, Empress. Yeah, shout out to Empress B444. Love you to death. You know what I mean? You're always there for me, and I got you. You believe you me when I tell you that. I got you. All right. We're gonna have some new items on the whatchamacallit on the Kings County page. All right. For the sister, I had a sister who bought the facts. When I had the facts shirt, I'm bringing the facts with all of the facts on the back. I'll have that on the website tomorrow. I have some of these new shirts on the website. I got booty shorts for the sisters, for the ladies. Look, or boy shorts, my bad, not booty shorts, boy shorts. Don't judge me. You know what I'm talking about? It's 100 degrees some places. If you live in India, it's like 124. So y'all can't be wearing heavy shit. So I'm gonna help you out. Okay? And you know, we got you. We got fire. We got pieces. We have I have baby doll tees for the ladies. I'm focusing on the ladies. I'm focusing on the children. And I'm focusing on my brothers out there who want to throw some t-shirts and get right. You know what I mean? I got the pink camo. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cameron. You know, and like I said, I'll be. Somebody said Thaddeus. Hey, somebody got to dress them up too, right? We ain't gonna leave them. We not gonna leave Fashion Nova with all of the money. You know what I'm talking about? We ain't gonna leave Fashion Nova with all of the bread. We got to get a piece. So we got the booty shorts, or the boy, or what they call you know, the boy shorts, the boyfriend shorts. We have the spaghetti, the racerback shirts. We're gonna have some of the crop tops and things like of that nature, and they're gonna be fire. Yeah, they're gonna be on the website tomorrow, not today. They'll be up there tomorrow. Okay. So check out kingscounty.bigcartel.com. Check out the facts2020.org. I need y'all to sign up if you have not signed up. If I disappear from YouTube, you'll never have to worry about never hearing from me again, because I will have your information if you become one of our contributors, and if you become one of our members of facts2020.org. So we're transitioning at this point. You know what I mean? One day we'll say goodbye to Mr. YouTube, but you know, who cares? Because if you get a link, if you get an email, or if you get an alert, or if you get a notification that we're gonna be streaming somewhere, all you gotta do is press play. It don't matter where you're at. You're not stuck on YouTube. You know what I mean? Get that out of, don't be confined to one platform. The internet is humongous. The internet is huge. And if the going really gets rough, we'll be on the dark web. You know what I'm saying? But the internet is humongous, and it's bigger than what they put in front of you. So I think we've given YouTube and Google all of our data over. Like, it should come to an end. You know what I mean? It should come to a head. Like, they have been eating off of us for so long, selling all of our information, selling all of our American Gods is not anywhere. American Gods is in my hard drive. Like I said, I can't put American Gods on YouTube because it has copyright material. I put it on my Patreon and they blocked it. So I'm going to send you the raw file. You'll be able to play it. The minute you pull it up in your email, you just press play. It'll play. But I can't have it on YouTube because of the copyright issues, if you understand what I'm saying. So if you want to view it, if you want to cop it, then all you have to do is send me your email and $20 to my Cash App. Money sign Phil Moreland. PhilMoreland. A picture will pop up of me and it'll say Red Pill on it. Okay? That's what happened. And then you send that, and then you'll get an email from me, and then you'll have your lecture. That's how we go. Yeah, we're going to do it like that. I'm talking about. All right. So with that being said, y'all have a very good night, right? It's late, right? It's getting late. So y'all have a good night, a great week. You enjoy your summer. Don't go to Iran. If they try to send your ass to war, refuse it. You know what I mean? We want you to stay with us. Okay? Can you send money to my PayPal? Yes. The PayPal is the125th@gmail. I accept PayPal as well. So if you want to send a dub to the PayPal, we take that as well. Okay? All right? So, love and light. Y'all be good. All right? Peace. We'll see you on Thursday, Third Eye Thursdays. And I'll see you tomorrow.